Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be continuing our look at the Metatravelers Legendari with the Meldmaster, but we're also going to throw in the Heads Glow Pack and the Glow Weapons Pack, and we're going to see what we can pop, swap, and create. If Saturday morning cartoons fueled your imagination as a kid and powers your action figure collecting now as an adult, then you're in the right place. Thanks for stopping by, and welcome to Saturday Morning Toy Collecting.
And if you like my content, please consider subscribing.
For more than 2 years now, Articulated Empire has become your trusted online retailer. They carry all the latest lines like Mythic Legion, Savage Crucible, Marvel Legends, NECA, and much, much more. They ship your items quickly and securely. You'll be quite happy how Steve and his team follow through with their care and attention. Articulated Empire also offers free shipping over $75 and no tax except for Illinois residents. So head over to articulatedempire.com today and build your empire. All right, here is the package for the Legendari. You know, we have the little first run series here, which I'm not sure if I've pointed that out before, Meldmaster. So we can see down below, we've got his full complement of hands. We do have a staff. We have his little chest piece that covers up under his chest underneath his gear here. We have a backpack. Some beautiful artwork there on the side. I like the color holds that they did on the IC structures. I do that same thing whenever I'm drawing comics too. I love how you don't, a color hold is not a black outline. That's all we have. More window box on that side. And then we have his full complement of gear here. We have, he comes with a lot. You would know it from the front of the package, but here you do. And then if you want to pause this and give this a read, it just says the Meldmaster Ron Seyfin. That's his real name. He's a timeless Nibiru explorer with the ability to manipulate chain world energy. So he's some sort of energy field wizard, which is kind of cool. I like his color uses here. The color palette is nice, and I love that we get an icy character. We're also going to be pairing him with the Glow head pack. I guess that's what they're calling the icy. You know, they don't shy away from calling him icy or ice related here, but here they just call it Glow. And then we have the Glow Weapons Pack. Looks like one of the guns has come loose. Well, both of them, actually. So we're going to take a look at this. Oh, is some of these pieces translucent? That's pretty cool. So we're gonna look at all of this because it all kind of goes together. And we're going to see, we're going to review Meldmaster. But then after that, we're going to take a look at this and see what we can pop and swap and make out of this guy. All right, taking a closer look at everything he comes with. We do see that he comes with his little chest piece. Now, this is something that all of the Legendari figures have come with. It just covers the little hole left in his chest from where his gear plugs in. On him in the package, we get 2 punchies. We get 2 grabbing hands or weapon-holding hands, which we're probably going to be putting to use here in just a minute on vertical hinges. That's a nice little attention to detail they always make sure to make. We have 2 relaxed palms on horizontal hinges. A little bit of hit of white paint on the knuckles to make them stand out and look a little frosted, a little icy-like. We have some grasping, grappling hands, same translucent blue with a little hit of white. And then we do have his weapon here, which is really nice. So lots of paint hits here. We have a translucent piece right here that looks like could be an axe blade made of ice. We got some brown and yellow paint details, beads here. It doesn't look like wiring, but like decorative beadwork. And then we have like a little Nibiru symbol right there, a character. We've got some dark gray wraps on this end, some nice yellow hits with the wiring, and then another. This doesn't look like a blade, but more like an ice crystal. Maybe this is one of the stones that it talks about on the back of his package that he's using to harness the energy, because it looks like maybe the energy is emitting from the stone, and then these 2 little forked tongs maybe channel and direct that energy. I could be reading into it, but that's what it looks like to me. And then we have a lot of gear on this guy. A lot of, what the back of the package shows as his gear, but it is indeed already on him out of the package. So we have this really big and nice backpack that we'll look at. He has a pair of goggles on, which, like if you didn't know, came off of him in the package, you would be okay. You'd be forgiven for thinking they might be sculpted on. Just, zooming in here a little bit, I am noticing I have a lot of little extra paint in the eye, like right there. I do like the way his goggles look sitting around his neck. I believe this is the same head sculpt that we saw on like the Spite Usurper or the Spite Enforcer. I forgot what that guy's name was. You do have this extra little bit here. Is this removable? No, this is part of his belt. But let's kind of go over this guy. No, other than this gauntlet piece here that's loose, no gauntlets to speak of. We do have a little wrap here that's also loose. That's not sculpted on. You can remove the goggles. You can remove this upper torso here. And then you can, if you pop him apart at the waist, you can remove this set of this belt and loincloth piece. And then, of course, you can remove the armor from the shins. But a little bit different than normal is the shin armor plugs in, but it also goes all the way around his ankle. So they're not going to just fall off if they come unpegged from the shins. And I'm just trying to get this up and in. There we go. Have that plugged in. So just taking a look at this guy, let's back out a little bit here and just kind of go over head to toe. So we've talked about the goggles. You could just remove the head. The head's on a pin, a ball peg, and a disc hinge. So that's really nice. Here is a better look at the goggles. Of course, we are getting a little hit of yellow, as that seems to be his primary color throughout. We have a yellow energy being harnessed here, and also maybe this energy is coming from this yellow crystal right here on his chest. We've got some pouches and more beads going around this side, and then another little pouch going over here. We've got some pouches and 3 little canisters down here. I don't know if these are where he keeps his jewels. We have another pouch here, and then some decorative work here with some leather straps and little rings right here. We have a yellow, which looks to be translucent tube, which means this whole piece is translucent, maybe, unless this is glued in. It may be a separate piece that's glued in. And then we have some sort of tool right here. And then we have some nice fabric texture and wear on the back of the fabric right there. And then we have some of that leg, the pants that we've seen before, maybe on the robots. Then we've got your shin armor down here, which we've already kind of talked about. Nice little hits of white and light blue on the translucent pieces. I'm typically not a fan of translucent figures, but in a situation like this where he's made of ice, I think it's pretty nice because it has a function. It's there not just to be translucent, but it's there to service the story of this character, because he is an ice character. He is melded with the icy regions that he explores for these certain crystals that possibly, the earth stones or whatever it talked about, possibly that's the only place that they are located in these icy regions. So he can hold his staff really well, and I do like the goggles kind of on him. Let's see, this is very delicate. You want to make sure that you're getting them around the crystals on the top of his head, the little icy spikes. But there you have it. And can you lift him up? Is there enough clearance? Yeah, you can lift him up and have him just rest on his forehead. I think that's probably how this guy's going to go on my shelf. But that's pretty dope. Let's get him off to the side. And then let's take a look at this backpack, because this is really cool too. We've got some more canisters here. Presumably this is where he's housing and storing all of his stones that he collects. We have a bedroll, a large pouch, 3 smaller pouches, some sort of device here that looks like it's powered by this crystal, which this crystal is not removable. And this device is, I don't know if this is like a heater that's keeping him warm. Maybe he doesn't need to be kept warm because his body's made of ice. So it looks like this is being powered, and then the energy is going up through here, and then maybe this device is what's helping him. Like he's using one crystal to help him locate or triangulate the signal of other crystals using this device. It has a nice little tampo right there, which I hope you guys can see. But yeah, this looks really cool. So yeah, he definitely has that explorer kind of look, and yeah, I'm digging this guy's overall look, and I even wonder like what all this gear would look like on somebody else. Maybe we could pop and swap all of the parts and he would be like an explorer, maybe the Meldmaster as he changes form to go on in other regions. That would be really cool. So yeah, now let's break out the other pop and swap parts and see what we can do with this guy. All right, starting off with the weapons, here is the shield, and I really like how this is a very clear, translucent, clear plastic, because I like the way that the blue and the light blue and the dark blue, kind of the teal color, like play and interact with that. And like we've said before, when we saw this shield before, it does look like the swords, you know, have the same exact design here. So it's almost like the swords come off of the shield and become like a sword. And you do get, you know, there's one on each side. You do get two of these. You do also get a little, it's not little, it's kind of substantial, plug or grip, even that has like paint apps on it, for holding the shield either left or, you know, right-handed, which looks really cool. Like we said, you do get two of these swords. Lots of nice detail, sculpted and painted, and I really like these a lot because I'm a fan of blue and black together. I think it looks really nice. I like how, like, right here, it even looks like the runes are glowing, like the Nibiru language is glowing. I like that effect. It's a different color than this blue. It's like those kind of match up. And it's just nice sculpted detail, clear translucent plastic, beautiful bright colored paint apps. These weapons are great. You get two pistols also. These are cast in a translucent plastic and then painted, so you do get some, you know, effects of the light coming through, like on the slide of the weapon. And yeah, it just looks really nice. I think these are great. You do get a larger sword. It does look like the same design. You can see the same design language being used here. But yeah, nice paint apps. Again, more translucent, clear plastic. There's more of it, so you can see it more clearly here. Yeah, it looks really good. And then finally, we do get this large, pretty large staff with, again, more translucent plastic. We have some, I don't know if that's a splotch, if that's intentional or a mess up. I don't know, it's not on that side, but you do have some paint coming in on it, so it does like appear to be a glowing weapon. You do have a nice clear translucent piece here in the middle, which is really cool. Now there is supposed to be like this little set of wires. It just looks like it has come unkeyed and unglued. It goes right there and right there, so I got to glue this back in. This was loose in the package. And then again, a piece on this side which looks like it could be either making a force field, or it could be used to like force push or pommel somebody out of the way. So multiple uses here, but this looks really cool. Now onto the different heads that we get. In the glow heads pack, we get this very cool Darth Maul looking style head with some white paint. The paint on this looks a little bit better, but it is just literally white paint for the teeth and eyes, and then nice little gradients for the icy spikes. And you can see how this is, you know, different than the one that comes on him in the package. Neither one of these have swappable faceplates like the others. These are all singular pieces. This one does have a swappable faceplate, as you can probably tell. You can see that it's a little different color than this piece here. This is the only piece that comes with a swappable faceplate, no paint on the teeth. You can see the sculpt, but there's nothing there to bring it out, and a little ridge across the top. But then probably my favorite is this one, because it looks very much like a Mortal Kombat character. You've got these little icy tubes coming off. This is a separate piece. You can use it or not use it. And then this piece here does have a removable face plate or armor, and you can see like it even plugs in like right here. There's a little hole, a little slot sculpted right there and right there for the mask to fit into, and the little chin spikes to fit down into the mask and help hold it on. You can put this on the other figures, but it just kind of sits there and it will fall off. But you could put it on if you wanted, but I think this is a really nice head as well. I do like the armor bits on it. It just makes it different enough. And then once you connect where it slides into, that's not coming off. Like, that's on there really well. But yeah, that looks really, really good. So you could, because this guy, has the goggles and he is an explorer. Let's take all that off. Let's zoom out here a little bit. You could put the goggles on any one of these extra heads. So let's try that head. Looks pretty nice. I really like those extra spikes. That's really cool. And then let's try the head that has the face plate. This may look really good with the goggles on as well. I may have to go in here with a little bit of white paint or light blue paint and touch up his teeth, because you can't really see them very well. And then I think this may be the way that he goes on my shelf, because I really like this headpiece. And I think that he could very much use this mask in the wintry areas that he's exploring on his journeys for the stones, on his adventures, because I think that looks pretty dope. I love tentacles. I'm a big fan of Predator, so like these tentacles look really cool. You can drape some across the shoulders if you want, make him look more tribal, kind of adjust his storyline a little bit to make him more of a warrior. But I think that looks really cool. We could take this out. Let's give him, maybe the longer sword, and see if this guy can pull off being a warrior instead of an explorer, because it's your world. These figures are designed to pop and swap and be whatever you want them to be. So yeah, I think he could, there is a problem with these hands holding the weapons. That's just a problem throughout the line. But there you have it. Yeah, that guy looks pretty dope. I think you can definitely pull off being a warrior, especially if you remove, the chest armor and start playing around with some more popping and swapping parts from the other figures in the wave. All right, I got to tell you, I think this is one of the most versatile figures in the lineup so far. I really dig his gear. I think he's one of the more complex and dense characters as far as detail and sculpting and storytelling that is being done on the figure itself. I love the idea of this magical, like, magician, wizard, techno wizard, explorer. I think that's great. And the fact that we have so many other ice parts to mix and match with this guy. And of course, he's fully poppable and swappable at every joint and part you can take apart and mix and match as you see fit. So if you wanted like a lava explorer or techno wizard, you could certainly do that. I do think this guy would do really good to have like a cloak or a hood or a scarf or like just some soft goods on him. I think would do wonders. Maybe it's just my brain always thinking that wizards need to have cloaks or capes. I'm not sure, but I think a white or even maybe a tan or gray color would look great with this guy for a cloak. And maybe I will search around and try to find one online somewhere. But you guys let me know, what do you think about not only the Meldmaster here, but also this line in particular? Let me know in the comments down below. Do you have any? Are you waiting to see them in person before you pick them up? I'd like to know, like, I want to gauge the audience's interest in this line. Just let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Be sure to check us out over at Instagram at Saturday Morning Toy Collector, because I am your Saturday Morning Toy Collector, Mark, and I'll see you in the toy aisles.